All right, sir, you're Frederick Bruno. And this is cause number 20-35302. Mr. Bruno is on probation for the third-degree felony offense of assault on a family member by impeding breath or circulation. And that probation was from November 30th of 2020. It was a 10-year term in prison that was probated for 10 years. There's been a first amended motion to revoke community supervision filed. Allegations allege an evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle from April of 2026, possession of a controlled substance from April of 2026, failure to report arrest from that April 26, possession of a drug, synthetic marijuana, on that same date, behind in court assessed fees. Then it goes on that there was another offense of possession of a controlled substance, July 24th of 2026, on that same date, possession of a controlled substance. Also a failure to report to probation, April 28th, May 28th, and June 17th of 2026. Ms. Holmes has filed a motion asking that I set a bond in Mr. Bruno's case. It is a straight probation. Ms. Holmes, do you wish to call your client as a witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, best you can, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Holmes, and be sure you speak up so I can hear you and the court reporter can hear you.
Could you state your name for the record?
Richard Sam Bruno.
Okay, and Mr. Bruno, how long have you been housed at the Jefferson County Jail?
Since 24th of last month.
Okay, so almost a month. Okay, and since then you have not had a bond set in regards to your case. That's a motion to revoke probation, correct? Okay, now you've heard the judge go over the allegations in which they've stated you violated probation, correct? Okay. Are you asking that a bond be set while this motion is pending?
Yes.
And if the judge sets a bond, are you willing to abide by any conditions such as drug patch or GPS monitoring to ensure that there are no further violations or allegations?
Yes.
If you were to be given a bond, where would you be residing?
4493 Harding Drive.
Okay, and is
Say
that
it again.
4493 Harding Drive.
Go ahead, sir.
yes, ma'am. And is that in Beaumont?
Yes.
Okay, and who lives at that address?
Mother.
Okay, okay, and so you would be residing with your mother if you're able to be granted a bond. Okay.
Be sure you say yes or no. Thank you.
Okay, and is there anything additional that you would like the court to know?
And I'm ashamed.
Just we'll get to, but just in regards to the bond, if you were granted a bond, will you abide by any conditions? You gotta say yes or no. Okay. Okay, I'll pass the lead, Sharon.
Mr. Smith, any questions of the witness? So I'm just going back. It looks like as part of Mr. Bruno's probation, he was placed on probation in 2020, but then there was some issues apparently in 2022 where he was continued on probation, but ordered to enter and successfully complete the safety program as part of probation. And it's like, I guess he did that. And then we're here with all of these allegations with regard to possession and some drug issues and things like that. I have taken judicial notice or am taking judicial notice of the court's file. It does include within my file with the administrative hearing this time, the probable cause affidavit with regard to the new possession offenses from this year in April. Anything else? Ms. Holmes, you may go forward with argument.
Yeah, Sharon. I do understand. Obviously, these are serious allegations that I've gone over with Mr. Bruno. We are asking that if a reasonable bond be set, so that he could try to get back on track. And obviously, because of the allegations, with substance issues, we know that it would be in his best interest if he is granted a bond that it be monitored via drug patch or something to that nature, just to make sure that he stays on the right track. In addition to GPS monitoring, he says he will abide by that as well. If there's any fear of absconding, because we do know that that was an allegation as well from that report.
Mr. Smith?
Judge, state's opposed to a bond. He committed a new felony offense in April. We filed a motion in May. He got out of jail in April. Committed a new offense in July. We had to amend our motion that was already pending, and here we are again. I just don't feel like bond is appropriate for this defendant.
So it looks like there was I've got the timeline. There was an administrative hearing from April 21st, which had the allegations from the traffic stop from April 16th of this year, which resulted, it says, in a brief pursuit. And then after that, that was the defendant was found in possession of multiple baggies containing synthetic marijuana, charged with evading and possession on that date. He was released the 19th, so 3 days later. Then we get to the second, so a month and a half, 2 months later, on July 24th, 2026, Mr. Bruno's arrested at an abandoned structure on Magnolia, alleged to have also digital scale, sandwich baggies, all that kind of stuff as well, which resulted in the 2 new cases. The fact that you were that you're on a felony probation, that you were arrested, were able to get out before that motion was filed, and then have now been arrested again for new offenses. I'm going to find that it is in the best interest of our community, and I'm going to deny any bond in this case. I will set the case for an announcement, and we'll see where we get.
Yeah.
Right? And you can go back with the bailiff.
Okay.
No, 3 years deferred? I didn't. 3 years deferred.
You didn't say.
Okay.
Say it.
Let's see. It's on. Which one are you printing?
The 19.
I 24.
Okay. What's to say? That's okay. I'll print this. All right, and Ms. Burge was previously sworn in to translate for us. Ms. Holmes, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment and the motion?
Yes, Sharon.
Sir, are you Martin Fonseca Cardenas?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mr. Fonseca Cardenas, in cause number 26, DCCR 0619, you're charged with the 3rd-degree felony of harassment of a public servant from March 19th of 2026. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yeah.
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with?
Two.
Yes.
In that case, I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as Exhibit 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes and the interpreter?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
Entendeu o papel que eu tenho assim? Yes.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made, that you'll be waiving any right to appeal?
Okay.
State tenders number one,
No objection.
it's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Fonseca Cardenas is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
Entendeu?
All right, sir, in cause number 260619, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily,
Voluntariamente.
find that you're mentally competent, and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea.
Declaración.
And also, before I go forward, do you also understand, sir, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Sobre las leyes federales. ¿Sí entiende?
Okay.
Yes.
Then at this time, I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and find you guilty of harassment of a public servant, sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 4 years in prison. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. And then we have, go ahead.
Ya van a reconocer el tiempo que ya ha servido. Okay.
No van a incluir los 6 meses.
It's asking the 6 months are going to be included.
Yeah, he's been in custody since February.
Yes.
6.
Okay.
So then I have cause number 231824 and 231825
Simple.
in. Should they both be first amended, or is there one that's?
They're both, yeah, but they're both first amendment.
Pull the right one up.
Yeah.
They're both first amendment.
Let me print out the correct one. In 1824, I have a first amended motion to revoke your probation. Shows that you were placed on probation February 6th of 2024 for evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. And that was a 10-year term in prison
Yes.
that was probated for 10 years. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
believe,
Yeah.
that may be a typo, Judge. It looks like one of my files showed that he pled for 10 years probated for 5, not 10 probated for 10.
It's 10 over 10? Okay. And then in cause number 1825, I also have a first amended motion to revoke your community supervision. Shows that you were placed on probation February 6th of 2024 for the state jail felony of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. And that was a 2-year term in state jail that was probated for 5 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
Each of these motions allege that you violated your probation. Would the state mind narrowing down since there's an agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Which one's the offense we just took care
I
of?
think the March 19th one, so it's 5.
It's gonna be on 824. It's gonna be 5.
Okay, the March 19th date on both of them.
Yes, Judge.
All right, sir, in 1824, count 5 in that motion alleges that you violated your probation by committing that new offense of harassment of a public servant, March 19th of 2026, that we just talked about in the other case. And is that true or not true?
Yes.
True or not true?
¿Cierto o no cierto? Tiene que decir cierto o no cierto. True.
Thank you. And then in 1825, the state has elected to proceed on count 7.
Y vamos a hacerlo con el número 7.
It also alleges that you violated your probation by committing the new offense of harassment of a public servant, March 19th of 2026.
Marzo del 2026.
And is that true or not true?
No cierto.
Yes.
¿Cierto o no cierto? True.
Did you enter your plea of true to each of those counts freely and voluntarily?
Voluntariamente. Yes.
In both of those cases, I also have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them. Did you also go over these with Ms. Holmes and the interpreter?
Papeleo que firmó conmigo también. Yes.
Do you fully understand those also?
¿Dónde el papeleo que firmé? Yes.
And do you understand if I follow the agreements that you've made with the district attorney that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
State tenders number 1 in each of those cases.
No objection.
It's admitted in each case. Any is
Ahorita.
there a question?
He's asking if you can send him to a different prison.
No,
Dice que no.
it's not up to me.
Dice no es la decisión mía.
It's up to the prison authorities.
Es la decisión de los oficiales en la prisión.
Okay. So in cause number 23, DCCR 1824, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of true to count 5 freely and voluntarily.
Voluntario.
Find that count true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation. And at this time, revoke your probation. Reassess your punishment to a term of 4 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. And then in cause number 1825, find count 7 true. Find that you sufficient evidence to revoke your probation. And at this time, revoke your probation. Reassess your punishment in accordance with your agreement to a term of 18 months in the state jail prison. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. These 3 cases will run concurrently, which means together at the same time. I'm going to sign a dismissal as part of this agreement in cause number 26, DCCR 0620. And then the state will get dismissals in your 2 misdemeanor cases, 26, 1097 and 1098. I'm handing you in these cases the certifications that shows these were agreements that I followed, so you waived your right to appeal. I also handed you an admonishment in Spanish regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgments entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. If you have questions about those laws, you can talk to Ms. Holmes. Okay, good luck to you, sir. You can go back with the bailiff. Thank you, Ms. Burge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
This hearing quickly turns serious when Frederick Bruno appears before the judge while already serving felony probation. The court reviews multiple alleged violations, including new possession charges, an evading allegation, failures to report arrests, and repeated failures to report to probation. Bruno asks for a bond and says he is willing to accept strict conditions such as GPS monitoring and drug testing. But the state argues that the pattern of new allegations while on probation makes bond inappropriate. After reviewing the timeline and the court records, the judge focuses on the fact that Bruno was released after the earlier allegations and was later arrested again on new offenses. Ultimately, the judge decides that denying bond is in the best interest of the community. The hearing then shifts to another defendant, who pleads guilty to harassment of a public servant and receives 4 years in prison under the agreement. His probation in 2 additional cases is also revoked after he pleads true to the violations, resulting in 4 years on one case and 18 months on another, with the sentences running concurrently. By the end of the proceeding, the court has addressed multiple serious violations, accepted negotiated pleas, and made clear that probation comes with conditions that must be followed.